and stuff like that.
Yeah, you fancy, huh?
Yeah,
That's just why y'all heard it here, right here on Highway 54.
yeah, I heard it first because I haven't advertised it yet or anything. So
See?
Oh,
Yeah.
exclusive.
See? Can't get no better than that. So,
IMDb,
what's
that's
up
what's up.
with you, Edwin? How's the missus?
Well, look here. This is one thing I do know for sure. Family is everything. You
Amen.
know, growing up, I spent the day at church, number one, that I had to, give God his due. But then he allowed me to have safe travel. I went to go see my father. He met me in Easton, Maryland, and we hung out with some family that I had never met before.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh,
I'm still meeting people on my father's side. You know what I'm saying? Family is so important because you just never know who your family is. Plenty of times you see on like divorce court where you find her, you done married your cousin or your niece or somebody down the line, your third cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
Family is important. You gotta know who you know because I got family everywhere. And I didn't realize that, all up and down the East Coast I got family. I'm gonna have to go over to California to find me a woman. That way I know she's not related to me.
Word. Word.
you hope. There's a lot of people
Word.
that migrated from here and from down south too over towards
Yeah, yeah. I'm like all up and down the East Coast, Doc. I'm talking Maine all the way down to Florida.
oh,
They all up and down the coast, and like it's crazy because I don't know that side of my family. So like whenever I hear a Ballard name, if they chocolate and kind of chunky, I claim them automatically. I just claim them because I kind of figure I'm bald, chocolate, and chunky. They gotta be related to me. They have to be.
Right. Right. So, yeah, you got to be real careful about who you choose. You just never know.
mm, right.
I'm
Yeah, we
telling you,
all
I
it's a
about
mean, if
tricky
that.
you do it,
situation
just
out
don't
here.
go nowhere.
There's a big slave trade over here. So
Yeah.
we probably related too.
Hmm.
I'm dark skinned and chunky. We're related too. I just got these crochets, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
hear the Will I Am song, Chunky.
Hmm.
Big.
Or the Anthony Hamilton, Big Bone.
Uh-oh. So, what we gonna start with tonight, man? How
Well,
was your week? How was your week?
my week was okay. It was rather uneventful, but I just take it one day at a time. And just look back on the whole week. I know I'm gonna forget something between
Yeah.
between work and being at home and stuff like that too. So I'm just focused on today. That's it. Every day is just one day at a time. What happened yesterday doesn't really matter. What happens tomorrow doesn't matter either. It's just right now.
Absolutely.
That's all I can do.
And before y'all start judging me and talking about me and stuff like that, these are the new armless glasses right here. Y'all ain't heard nothing about that. So
Yes. They call it ghost frames.
yeah, yeah.
Frames.
Oh,
Ghost
ghost
frames.
frame right
Yeah.
here. So
Okay.
yeah,
Not to be confused with Ghost from Power. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I would get like the one of them joints with the monocle joints where they
Mr. Monopoly
yeah.
It's-
Excuse me.
That's okay. I'm still cute though for a little
Yeah, they
bit.
dignified.
I'm dignified. Yeah.
Dignified.
Let's go on with our first topic. You go ahead with that
Yeah.
one.
I mean, there was something that Carla, my wife, came up with, and then she just happened to come across some weird things in her travel through the worldwide internets. And welcome back, Edwin. I know you might have went through a rough area or something like that. It's
Now
that,
watch out for
that,
Mardella.
that history
Yeah,
shows.
I'm going through like, and you know what's so bad? I'm all the way up in Beltsville right now, so I'm traveling. I'm doing my, but up in Beltsville they got flowers up in them woods area 95 right now.
You had to
Yeah.
About to
sound
go
up.
through like
You're in the
Laurel
Matrix.
and all of that.
Evan,
I'm
you
in
are.
the Matrix,
Yeah,
exactly.
everyone's
Yep.
completely.
It's choppy. Do you have your sound up or something on your YouTube? Are you trying to listen to yourself? Because right now we getting some bad feedback. Oh,
Hold on, let me get you off of this car phone. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll be a little.
You
If
do
I can
like
figure it out.
it. All right.
It's a rotary cell phone.
Yeah, the glasses are looking like, what was the guy's name? That one
Cheetah.
fly monkey Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Don't nobody bring me no bad news.
How you want the dog? On white read. All right.
That was the Wiz for people that don't know. That's the Wiz.
Not the Wizard of Oz. We don't
Not
do
to be
that. I can relate.
confused with
As long as we don't do any Matrix references, right? You good.
You know what? No.
Yeah. No Neo. None of that.
Right.
So again, so I came across some things in I traveled through the worldwide internet, and it just so happened that unstable people have better sex. Y'all think so? Well, according to a study that actually was taken by a scientist in 2018, and we just happened to come across it recently, it was saying that supposedly that men have better sex with emotionally unstable women, and that seems kind of weird to me. I don't know how that's actually possible because a lot of times men are actually unstable themselves. They just don't admit to it.
Right. Like, we
That's
have
probably what
sex-
makes it better, though. They got that connection.
Yeah, you're supposed to find somebody that matches your crazy, but if that's the case, then how can the sex be better if he's just as unstable as she is? I mean, how can you tell the difference? That's kind of wild.
But I'm saying though, it says men have better sex with emotionally unstable women. I mean, what if women have better sex with emotionally unstable men? Because a lot of y'all are kind of emotionally unstable. But yeah. So what does that say about the men?
Yeah, what does the article say about this?
What it says is like for women, it included sexual desire, satisfaction, arousal, and orgasm. And for men, what they based the actual criteria off of was erectile function, of course, big carrot, desire, satisfaction, and orgasm as well. And it also said that it found men whose partners had less emotional stability reported better sexual function. That's still kind of weird. But there's also one other caveat to it.
Mhm.
The volunteers for this study were 51 years old, as an average, and they were in relationships for at least 24 years. So this particular, I guess, headline or whatever is for the older generation. So it really wasn't pertaining to the younger generations, people that have been in relationships, I guess, from maybe their 20s to 30s, and then from their 30s to 40s.
So this is your age.
Yeah. I'm crazy. I don't give a damn. It is what it is. But I haven't been in a relationship for 24 years.
It really sounds like a fun study.
Right. It's kind of weird. It still seems one-sided because I know most of the people in the United States, or I would say the United States, aren't of that age. I thought that more people were younger than 51 as an average. So why didn't they do a study with them as well? I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of different loopholes to it. It didn't quite make sense to me.
I'm trying to figure out. So where do I fit in there?
It's weird to me.
Where do I fit in?
But I mean, I know that we all have been in situations where we're like, you know what, that person's weird. I don't want to deal with them in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. I don't want to deal with them. So where do the red flags kick in? Because, like, again, it says that these people were average of 51 years old. So what made them want to check that particular age bracket?
Okay, let's think about it though. In that age bracket, emotional stable.
Wow.
What?
Oh, you didn't see what I just highlighted.
No, go ahead. Oh.
Lord,
Now, who
Uh,
is conducting the study? Who conducted the study? It says
yeah.
Journal of Sex Research, whoever that is.
I didn't even know that was even a thing.
Oh yeah, because they say the woman's body is a mystique thing, and all the articles that are mostly most of the studies that are written about women are by men, which is interesting but sad at the same time. But again, it's like, all right, so you have these older folks up here trying to explain themselves about the emotionally disabled folks. Does it say that they're dating or that they've been, with the same person for a long period of time?
Right? Yeah, that doesn't quite make sense either.
Because if they're dating around that time frame, like most people either going through divorce, they're like say empty nesters. They either like losing their jobs around the time frame about getting ready to retire. So like it's a lot of things that's happening in life. Like either just recently lost a parent or both. So it's just all these things are happening because it's like that middle age range. Um where yeah, call it that middle generation age. Just like you're
Right.
that in between age, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you caretaker and all this fun stuff, and then stuff happens, and then it's like you're the one that's stressed out, but you have to keep it together for the younger generation, which is like your offspring and so forth.
Right.
And then when it comes to yourself, it's like you don't have anything left. You're done. So you're emotionally disable, not ready. And so I'm like, I guess if you look at it that way and saying like, hey, when somebody's actually open to me and actually seeing me, then I guess that would make sense on why the relations would be better.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Man, that's
No, I went a little deep on that one.
no. I mean, it made a lot of sense because I know when I lived in Atlanta, and one of the stats that I saw was talking about the high rate of AIDS and HIV and other diseases was primarily in the demographic between 40 and 55. And
Mhm.
that was because people that were in long-term relationships now all of a sudden newly divorced, and by being newly divorced, they're getting back into the dating scene, and the dating scene is totally different than it was before they got married 20 some odd years ago. It's totally different. And now they're being subjected to people who are going both ways and are protecting themselves and people who are whatever, and now they got something.
Our resident sexpert,
You're back at OG. What's happening?
Dr. Baldwin,
Hmm.
Ballard. I said Baldwin. I
Hmm.
don't put Ballard and Edward all together. You know what? That's genius.
Baldwin. It's call him Baldwin.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was probably in that. Come to think, they may have used me as a test subject.
Did you get paid for it? You tell me you got paid
They
for it.
used me as a test subject. No, I didn't get paid. For the pleasure.
I hope you don't end up being like that guy that was overseas and they banned him from all those sperm banks. He might have kids that end up being related.
Oh, the guy that had like 500 of them.
Yeah,
No, I didn't donate. I'm sure I didn't donate.
So yeah, this particular study is just skewed in so many different levels.
Yeah, it is. It's very skewed.
Not to mention the fact that it's 5 years old and they still haven't updated it to a different age group. That's kind of weird.
They said there was issues with erectile and all this extra stuff too, right? So they could be frustrated too that they can't do it like they used to.
What?
Like, yeah, girl, I used to jump up the top of the building. You
Yeah.
can't do that anymore.
They used to call me tripod.
Right.
Wow. The more men they say they be shooting worms.
Oh,
jeez.
That's just what I heard.
oh. Wow.
And then you gotta watch out for the hip. They probably got a hip replacement
Oh, that's
too.
the hip replacement. Yeah. I know this guy that had a hip replacement. He actually said he can do it better now. He got his hip replaced. He could before the hip. And I was just like, no.
But you gotta slide some more to me.
Oh
It needs a WD-40.
Like, leave me up, baby.
my God. Wow. What y'all drinking tonight? I'm drinking premium
Rum
sake.
and Red Bull.
I got Modelo.
What you say? What you say? Anthony? What? And
Oh, I was thinking of the song. I'm drinking rum and Red Bull.
that it's a Jamaican song.
I think it's about Elephant Man, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know that stuff.
Oh.
Okay. But I got water.
And
I got water.
I ain't drinking it out of a mason jar.
Oh, you country. You big country.
Is that the same mason jar that you used to bring beans and rice in?
Oh.
Probably.
No. These are upgraded mason jars. These are the wide mouth joints.
Oh. Big mouth glass.
Wide mouth
Yeah.
is better.
Unless you're 51 and emotionally unstable.
Apparently, you got it going on if you're emotionally disabled.
Won't even matter much after that.
Well, I mean, it is menopause time, so I know I'm quite unstable right now. Menopause ain't no joke. We need to get some women on here to talk about some menopause. Because this is some real shit that y'all never understand, okay?
Which goes
Okay.
back to
You gonna share it with us?
goes back to an idea that we talked about as far as
Sister sipping.
Carla heading up a podcast. It's in the works. It's in the infantile stages. And so we'll figure something out. But on that note, let's talk about some real weird, freaky stuff. Y'all ready?
Yeah, because we haven't gotten there yet.
Well, it just so happens that towards the end of last month, the beginning of this month, there was a guy who was, Ed will pay attention to this. He was on the road too. He just happened to be from Texas and he was in Tennessee. And he caused himself going into a Hilton hotel and everything was all gravy until he went to sleep and woke up with the hotel manager sucking his toe. Bruh. Like, what are we doing here? What exactly are we doing? Oh, bruh.
Yo, if he'd been on the road for a long time, maybe he didn't he didn't wash his feet or nothing.
He did it. I can tell. I can tell the way his mouth. Yeah, the way his mouth.
Yeah.
He got
a whole attitude.
Yeah, toe jam in his teeth.
Wow.
He got a whole attitude.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't even get to.
He was another man.
He puts a whole new name to hoof and mouth disease.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, that's just beyond ridiculous. Where they do that at?
So, foot fetish, yeah, but at the end of the day, he was sucking on a dude's feet.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be any better, like, if you walk into like a woman's room and you start sucking on things, that would freak us the fuck out too. But a dude, like, as guys, how would y'all feel? How do you think you would have responded if you woke up to this guy right here?
Oh, he'll get a heel straight to the face.
Onto your second toe.
Yeah,
he'll get a heel straight to the face.
Exactly. He would have at least a black eye, broke nose.
Right.
Huh? He would have caught the hoof.
Right.
Before he would have caught the hoof to the head. Oh,
but the guy.
Could you imagine you just sleeping? It was like, you do one of those slow wake ups to make sure that you're not dreaming this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Then you realize it. And it's like,
It's a nightmare. That ain't a dream.
Would it have been worse if he was sucking on his big toe or the pinky toe? Which one would have been worse?
the fact that he's down there is worse. Like, no.
Yeah, like the other guy's probably gonna have. So it's like the guy is probably gonna have PTSD probably gonna wear socks to death for the rest of his life because that's
Yeah,
scary.
your advertisements on the side are disturbing. I'm sorry.
Ah!
Yeah, with the algorithm looking at what y'all see.
Oh God, that is hilarious. What is going on? I didn't notice that. I was just like, something is weird here.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, wait, hold up. What's up with the thing? Hey, what's up? Highway 54.
Oh.
Looks like Floyd's.
Hey, Floyd's in.
Hey.
What's happening? What's going on?
She said 9 out of 10 people have had their toes sucked. So, question for guys: have you had your toes sucked before, Anthony?
Yes.
Wow, look at these old ladies out here. How about you, Ed? Edwin. Somebody sucked that size 15 foot.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh. Oh.
Nope.
She ain't put no honey on that bunion.
You like a dopium medicine, put that Texas Pete on there.
Oh no.
Baby lunch. How about you, Mr. Hilliard? Have you?
I actually no, I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't.
Tonight.
But somebody asked me to do that, and that was on the first date, and I've been talked to it since. I red flags. This was probably, I think I was 22 maybe at the time.
No, you said not until you try it.
Hey man, hey, whatever. I'm good.
Hey, I'm gonna do a pedicure.
On you?
Yes, sir.
I can what? Watch you?
No, he said don't knock until you try it. Mom said no way. What do you mean no way?
But if I eat a pig foot, I'm wrong. What's the difference?
No, that's disgusting. Like if you don't suck toes and you eat pig feet, then you got your priorities are all effed up.
Pickled from a gas station.
It don't
in
matter.
A jar.
Any kind of foot of an animal that you eat is just not.
You know, even with the pig feet,
the cow hooks.
Yeah, like your tongue all in between the hooves.
Look, cow tongue. No, sure. He said don't knock until. Well, he said don't lie. You're 50. Oh no, I've had mine sucked before. I mean, I ain't nobody asked me, but yeah, I have.
But you know what they say? Nobody knows where the nose goes when the door's closed.
Bars.
Look, have y'all seen that? I was just watching part of the documentary. I didn't finish it. It's called like the voyeur. I didn't realize what a heck a voyeur was. So I looked it up. So it's somebody who gets like sexually aroused when they watch somebody performing or doing other things, or just watching people. And I'm like,
well, that's so if you're watching porn, then that's your voyeur.
Yeah.
And you become a voyeur. Yeah, I guess you would be.
Everybody on this podcast is probably a voyeur because we've all watched porn at least once.
I thought it was more intense than that.
I thought
they were actually like if they're actually in the same vicinity.
So let's see. Looking at the definition, it says a person gains sexual pleasure from watching others when they are naked or engaged in sexual activity. So, or also a person who enjoys seeing the pain or distress of others. Like a voyeur.
You can real Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, it's like two different extremes here. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a.
Wow.
I ain't gonna touch that.
That displayed it too.
Yeah.
So maybe that guy was a voyeur and just couldn't resist himself. Like I gotta have those toes. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like
like the dude on the living color.
Like how do you
have big breasts?
But I'm saying, how did he know that his toes were exposed?
He had to be on them sandals.
Maybe when he checked in, he checked in sandals, and he was like, you know what? You got the damn Jesus 500s on.
Oh. Oh my goodness! But then at the same time, I'm wondering. That's the only thing he got arrested for. to be that bold, that could not have been his first time. I'm sorry.
No.
He had to jump in on a couple other
Right.
people, and a couple other people was probably like, "Oh no, go ahead, bro." You got
Did
that.
he walk by the window and see his toes hanging out? I was like, I gotta get in there.
Right.
Like,
And he
this
got
is
he got all
very
types of keys
disgusting.
and everything.
Mm.
Yeah, that's scary, y'all. That's why you don't sleep in those type of hotels. All we heard was blip, 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 blip,
Yeah.
blip, blip, blip. That's all we heard. R2D2. I wonder what is it? Do you have it on speakerphone or do you have it on? Edwin, do you have it on speakerphone or
It might
do
be
you
on
have?
My car. It's on my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to take it off Bluetooth because I heard Gremlins their Bluetooth ain't so good. So what you want to do?
Gremlin.
What you want to do is you want to take it off Bluetooth and probably just use a speakerphone and it'll probably pick up better. Or are you taking the Chevette? Which one?
What
you got?
about now?
Oh, it sounds good.
Oh,
Oh,
a lot better.
Yeah.
Now he happy. Oh Lord.
Well, look at it. It's not any better.
That's a lot better.
It's
Look
a
at
lot better.
that.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be better.
Huh?
It's probably because I'm.
Because you what?
We almost heard
You
you.
missed the last part.
Because you know, like if you have an iPhone, the bottom of it, that's where the speaker thing is. You don't want to hold that part. Some people hold their phone. And we really appreciate you doing.
Yeah, thank you very much. I know you. Everybody's got different schedules. Like, Coach Anthony, you as well. We appreciate y'all being up here because
He a regular.
you know, because
Look, you back. You're gonna be a regular forever. Thank you, Anthony.
yeah, from now on, we're just gonna call you Anthony.
Anthony.
I'll try my best to come all the time.
It's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. So
You say the first one.
He said, "Was the hotel guest white or black?" I don't know. I kind of thought that kind of was. Kind of thought the same thing. Not that the foot is gonna be different, but
it really didn't make a difference. Hey.
I just don't see feet like, oh my God, I'm about to suck.
Say, you know what? I put a hurting on that big bro. You don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Man,
maybe he did a sly comment. He did a sly comment.
Oh, that was extra crunchy too.
Oh.
Baby toe looked like a French fry stuck at the McDonald's bottom of the bag.
Fungus ain't nothing but seasoning. Fungus ain't nothing but seasoning.
How mom said, "Hey."
Oh. Oh my. So, with that being said, I got questions. Well, people, it's gotten to the point where there's a lot of things that pop through my head throughout the whole week, and some stuff I forget. It is what it is, and if it's important, I guess it'll pop back up. Some things I do remember. So, pertaining to the last topic, one thing that I do remember is that me being older and before I met my wife, I was knowing that, okay, there were certain things that I'm not going to deal with, certain things I'm not going to put up with, certain things that I know was a deal breaker from the jump. So my question to you tonight is, what is it about your mate attracted you to them and only them, but what kept you from other people because you saw a red flag in them? You're like, I'm not dealing with that. D3, and I'm all in your business because I got questions.
That is a good question.
Yeah. So, Anthony, what did attract you to Lindsay?
Let's see. It was mostly her eyes. Was the first thing.
Okay, not to cut you off. Was this when she had a mask on, or you know? Yeah. You think about it. When we were going through COVID, there was a lot of people that were.
It's so stupid. He better before COVID.
Better before COVID though.
Okay. I mean, I personally didn't know.
No, because we met on Tinder, so it was like, you know,
I want to put that out there. I started to say what Tinder hoes didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pretty much, yeah. You can, well, on my profile, I put on there that I wasn't trying to mess with nobody with no kids, and you just see how much hate mail I was getting. It was like, what do you mean? You hit the age bracket where else is gonna have? I was like, I don't want you to. Like,
Oh,
that was it.
you didn't want a woman, and you didn't want a woman with a relaxer too, right?
No, like anything extra in the hair, like no extra hair, no fake hair, like no extra makeup. Like I just wanted you, like I have to be comfortable looking at you when I wake up in the morning. I just didn't want to be afraid and be like, oh,
you ain't want no booger wolves.
right. Like you don't have no eyebrows, nothing left. I'm like, I'm sorry. This might not work. And more than likely it won't work because I had to be comfortable looking at her. So it's mostly her eyes that drew me in. And then also it's just like the growth mindset. So she added value to the things that I was lacking in. And I added to her life and, you know, just kind of meshed that way. So she's keeping me stable. I like to be out and about, just having a great time. And she likes to stay home and like keep a routine. For me, I like just to going out. And so because of that, like from attraction side of the house, it's just enjoying seeing her. And then from the emotional side of the house, it was just like the growth and everything like that. So that's where that.
So you know they say somebody who's in love with somebody else's or attracted to someone else's mind was it sapiosapien, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's they're attracted to their mind, that's dope. It's actually rare, but it's pretty dope.
What about you, Edwin?
Well, I haven't found that yet. Let's just say I'm still weeding through the weeds trying to find that perfect blade of grass.
That's where you messed up. You just say you weeding through the weeds. You shouldn't be going through no weeds, man. Weeds
Yeah.
are toxic.
Yeah, they sticky too.
Yeah,
Might make it itch.
and it's hard to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Itch.
Yeah, weeds they drain you. They're like leeches. But at the same time, there's somebody for everybody.
Oh, we didn't let him finish. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're still weeding through the weeds, and I interrupted. Go ahead.
I'm still looking. I haven't found my match yet.
Find somebody to match you crazy.
Still
Maybe if finds a hoe finds a good thing or whatever.
I've had crazy. I've changed. What I had was the mutual bond. That's what I had. So one.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as she looks good to me, that's all that really matters. I don't feel like Anthony. If I can wake up in the morning and turn over and not be frustrated, not say, what is this? I'm good.
Okay.
I feel you on that. There's nothing wrong with that. I think one of the problems is the fact that I think it goes back to women too. Some of the problems is the fact that women, society tells them when their biological clock is ticking and all this other stupid stuff, which is unnecessary stress. You're like, no, whatever works for you is not going to work for somebody else. And then a lot of times dudes get pushed out there like, hey man, shoot, man, the more women you got, the better you are, the more of a man you are. No, that it doesn't mean that. And go back towards women. I mean, you know your body. If you're not ready for kids or you don't want kids, and you're not ready to put up with some bullshit, then so be it. Because there's a lot of dudes out there that are going to say what they think you want to hear just so they can get one thing. No, we're not doing that.
Yes. So this comment that just came up that said we should do a dating match for Edward. We sure should.
Because part of the question was what red flags are out there that you'd be like, oh no, I know this ain't gonna work. So
absolutely, we should have a segment on like what's the word? Like
hook them up.
Yeah. For real.
We hook 'em up.
Should he just share his their profile and we just kind of just swipe for him?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Did his profile?
He got to use the picture that he wanted. Just have a picture of it.
Not the Douglas.
That's the
When did it about me? I thought we were on. I didn't think this was about me tonight. No.
Real quick, I like it. I like this. I'm feeling it.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying. I ain't trying to put your business out there, nothing like that. But I know a lady, man, that's dope as hell, and she just got a bullet wound taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So hey,
yeah, she good people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She got a tooth in her pocket, but she can pop it in and out whenever she feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you get that with that velvet rub.
Oh, that velveteen rub, bruh.
But anyway, listen, no, for real. I think this thing is kind of cute.
I'm at the point where, you know what, if she can deal with my drama or my faults and I can deal with her flaws, it probably could work.
Corey said we always play who's always playing matchmaker? I ain't playing no matchmaker.
Hey, the way I feel, if you're right or wrong, either way, we're gonna laugh at it. We're laugh at it, have a sip or something, just laugh. Like, man,
that's right.
No, she ain't for you, partner. Okay, what's more
what's happening? I told everyone we're gonna do a karaoke or like a game night karaoke by my single friends.
Yeah, we need to be honest with you.
But he was shot last time.
Was it that 2 Thanksgivings ago? Yeah, 2 Thanksgivings ago, we had a session of what was it? Was it Cards Against Humanity?
No, it was Culture Tag.
Yeah, Culture Tag, guys against the girls. So maybe we should do something like that on it.
Yeah, guys against girls.
Guys against the girls and
competing.
Yeah, then whoever wins or whatever like that.
Edwin?
You know what
I'm saying?
Oh.
You win an Edwin.
You win an Edwin that would relocate to come see. He traveled.
All you gotta do
hey, ladies, as you see, he a night driver, so I mean,
I've seen it happen.
You know they say what you bring to the table. He's like, look, I got gas money. What's that? I got gas money. What's up?
There you go. So I can get you here. Once I get you here, it's up to you whether you want to leave or not.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure you get here.
Drive your own car.
Yeah, Corey, I even got the Uber app afterwards.
You gonna get here. You gonna get here.
I get you here. I ain't gonna feed you, but I get you here.
Right.
Unless you like sausage.
Yes, sausage.
Oh, y'all are stupid.
Breakfast.
So, Coach Anthony, you got some tips for about that wallet?
Yeah, let's go.
Just a little something.
Yeah, a little something.
All right, let's make it happen.
Hey everybody, so my name is Anthony Weaver. I'm the host of the About That Water podcast show. But also what I love to do on this particular podcast is talk about different books that are out there, and I highly suggest that you read. Again, these are suggestions, not actual advice for you to go follow. So obviously you gotta do your own due diligence. Now, there's a book that I'm reading out of. It's called Rental Secrets by Justin Pogue. I actually met him last year and actually got his book, so I know the guy interviewed him for the show as well. One of the cool things that, right now it's the springtime, people are graduating and actually looking for places to live and move out the house and so forth. But in this Rental Secrets, And by the way, this is the only book that's made directly for renters. It's not for landlords or anybody else. So if you're out there looking to rent, this is the book for you. And they have here as a quick summary for the power of timing. It's talking about the busy seasons are spring and summer. The slow season is fall. The slowest season is the winter. And lastly is seek out long-term vacant properties. In fact, ask them by name. So the cool thing about it is that I recently got my rental property and I'm actually in the process of updating it to allow it to be rentable. So to understand all of this is really good so I can make sure that to empower the renter. But he also leaves some questions on here to kind of think about it. Are there any steps you could take to delay making a rental commitment until winter? How could you make an appointment with a less than desirable view work for you? And would would an apartment close to the street truly be a deal breaker for you? If so, why? Now, he's talking about far as like proximity to your location or where you really want to be at for work and so forth. Is it really a deal breaker? Now, one of the things about it is that you want to make sure, obviously, your credit's good. You have 3 times the amount of the rent is available, and that's what most people are looking for. So a 650 score and 3 times the amount of the rent is desirable. And if you have that, everybody would look at you as like 5 stars, like, hey, let's get you in here. So one of those things is that highly recommend to take a look into for renting, and for those of you who are looking to rent, to have those things together. So your credit is powerful, and it will definitely take you a long way. My name is Anthony, and those are my little tips for the day.
Yeah, man, appreciate that. That's what's up. I mean, every little bit helps because there was so many things that growing up that we knew absolutely nothing about when it came to finances, or even sometimes even we had to learn in school how to write a check. I mean,
Yeah.
stuff like that too. I mean, I don't think I really don't know, but I would think that they really don't deal with that nowadays because everything's so digital. You know, even filling out envelopes and stuff like that too. People don't really mail anything through
Oh, it was
yes, as far as payments and stuff like that.
I don't even think I know how to write a check anymore.
Oh,
yeah. Because even when I go to the PO box just to kind of mail something out, people was like, "Where do I put the two part for? Like, where do I do that? And where do I put my name and everything?" I'm like, "You never filled out a, you never mailed anything, or look at the mail that you received. You just mimic that, just a copy and paste." But that's the reason why they like repeating all of this financial stuff is so easy to do is because nobody, like, a lot of people don't look at the basics. And one of the things that I'm finding out is that talking to different companies, for the especially depending on the state you live in. So look at the how much you make per year. And then that could actually help you lower your rent and actually your utilities as well. So in DC, if you make, as a single person living in a property, if you make under 79,000 a year, you actually do qualify to have solar panels put on your apartment, and they'll discount it for you. Or if they don't allow you to put solar panels, you can actually get what they call is a consumer solar credit. So it will look like you have solar, but it would actually lower your expenses. And that's just one of the things that I found out just for being under $80,000 a year in DC. So you just got to look around and keep asking your local county and stuff like that. Be like, hey, what things can I do as a renter to get stuff taken care of? Like, even for smoke detectors, you can get those for free. You can even go to your local fire department to learn how to use a fire extinguisher. Like, these things are very important. And also they're free. So it's like, take full advantage. And people keep talking about, oh, the government sucks, but they supplement a lot with your taxes. So you're already paying the taxes, might as well reap the benefits. So
yeah. And sometimes people don't even know what questions to ask or what to look for. So
Yeah, like some people said like buying property is expensive, but if you don't make enough, the city or county would actually supplement most of it for you because you make under the threshold that they try to get more homeowners.
I just saw Rose got her visa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Congratulations, Rose.
Oh, Rose got a visa.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just saw it.
Nice.
All right. Tell Lindsay get it together because we about to all travel now.
Uh-oh.
So we Highway 54, and then we gotta hook them up with Edwin. 'Cause we failed
There's somebody in your kitchen ready to serve food. What's happening? He's like, I've been waiting for you to get home. I was wondering you didn't call nobody.
You know what? If
Everyone
y'all
got connected to his Wi-Fi.
Oh,
I was about to say, if your home Wi-Fi bad,
oh,
you in trouble, sir.
oh. That's messed up. Oh, that's messed up.
We got the baby powder in the background.
Yeah, that
Have you or a loved one been affected by talcum powder? Don't you put that on your chest.
it's not right.
Put that on your chest.
Right. He disguised it as a protein powder.
Carla got choked. I see.
Well, you know,
That's
Hey,
exactly what it is.
hey, Edwin, that's my baby. But let's be real serious. For Mother's Day, I got her some Gina Tay. Gina Tay and a pair of Jordache jeans.
Oh. Oh.
And you better wear them every day.
That's really one.
A white diamond. It's a red door. Red
White diamond. There you go. There you go.
My baby smell like she
Perfect
part of the Ursher
combination.
board.
Get
Smell
no
like she
better.
part of the Ursher board.
smelling like a head usher.
You're welcome.
Ain't nothing wrong with being there.
Don't ask me for no more Starlight Vents.
And if you shout and your dress come up, I'll put no handkerchief on you.
If your slip hanging, I ain't gonna people slip don't hang no more. That's how I know church has changed.
Don't have no slips on. Have no on. Slip business.
Ooh. And some kitten heels.
Kidding me?
Y'all, I don't even know what I was about to say. Wow.
Oh.
I ain't gonna make it through this podcast.
We got one more topic to talk about. I mean,
Okay,
just
let's
something that's pretty serious. And if y'all don't mind, maybe y'all can indulge with us just a little bit. Well, it just so happens that over the past week, I've heard some stories about things that were going on in Singapore, but they don't play over there, and it's supposed to be one of the cleanest countries inside of the in the world, basically. And dude had 2.2 pounds, which equates to a kilo, and he helped somebody to bring it into the country, and he got hanged. Oh yeah, they don't play.
Whoa.
Not play. Yeah, it's serious. And it's like this is the second time in 3 weeks that somebody was executed for something like that too. And I'm like, there's certain countries like Malaysia that actually legalized it, and then they stopped the and even Thailand, they legalized it, but Malaysia, they stopped the death sentence. But anything over 1.1 pounds is grounds for you to be in jail for a hot minute, and then they execute you. They do not play. You can't even in Singapore, you can't even jaywalk, you can't have chewing gum. That's an offense as well. So how do y'all feel about that? I know drugs make this country go down. And this is just for weed, for cannabis. Can you imagine if somebody took some coke over there? Brittany Griner, you ain't getting out of that. I'm just, bruh.
Nope.
Oh,
shoot, their prime minister's campaign probably was, "I said what I said."
Right.
And y'all believe it? I'm gonna show you better. I can tell you, basically.
Wow.
Like, have some weed around me if you want.
For just £2. And Amnesty International, they protesting or whatever. He like, and you could care less. You're like, man, that's tough. That is tough.
Yeah.
And just like the little boy, I believe it was in '94. The guy, it was an American kid that was over there that was spray painting people's cars, and he ended up getting caned.
Lashes, yeah.
He got caned.
Yeah.
They do not pay over there. So how y'all feel about that? Do you think it should be stronger laws here for certain things, not just for marijuana, because certain states are actually
dead here.
certain states have already said it's fine to have cannabis, but are there certain things out here that you think there should be public executions? Because these dudes are getting hanged. Some of the firing squad.
Pedophiles.
I agree. I think they should. Yep.
I mean, but then at the same time, do you feel that needs to be? You feel that needs to be a public execution?
Yep.
I mean, so kids need to see that too.
But if it's
you being as though we would be the ones that would have that fate.
Yeah, sadly, unfortunately.
Everything else in life, Black people would be the ones that we're always the ones that's more incarcerated than anybody else. Right. We have more drug arrests than anybody else. For petty crimes, we get arrested for more than anybody else with longer sentences.
Right.
So can you imagine if they allowed that, how many Black people would die for little? They already want to get us for the most minute thing ever. So can you imagine how far they would take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the Black codes after slavery, and just for ordering, you got placed back to the person who you were just freed from in perpetuity. Right. So in perpetuity, you were just actually stuck there with the same person you were just freed from.
Yeah.
So,
wasn't that something similar that they did in Florida? I mean, not Florida.
We came into power, it would not work. Well, I believe we would be fair and just with laws, but as long as they're in power, it'll never be fair and just.
Yeah, some people still have that old mindset, and then at the same time, if you think about it, I mean, they say all skin folk ain't kin folk. So even somebody who looks just like you, to have that power, they could still abuse it. Look at I believe the governor in Kentucky. That dude is. I mean, he was a prosecutor during the Breonna Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't he wasn't trying to do anything. So it's like, hell, you can look at it, Clarence Thomas. I mean, all the stuff that's going on with him, taking bribes and stuff like that. People get drunk off of power. So what's stopping them from actually hurting people or executing people, whatever, for their own political agenda, or just because they're getting paid by somebody who has a separate agenda of their own?
Right. And they would be the ones that can't defend themselves.
Thank you. Now, you must be a public defender if you want to.
Right.
Not
That's
good.
your life.
Not
that
good.
Is your.
It's a tough situation all the way around. So, what makes me think about weird stuff like that is the fact that it allows me to appreciate what's going on in the United States, even though the United States has a lot of things that I don't particularly agree with, but it could be a lot worse. It could be a whole lot worse, because I know some people, £2, that ain't nothing. That's absolutely nothing. So we as a society, I mean, like Corey was saying, I mean, if you're gonna go somewhere, learn the rules first. You have to learn the rules. You can't play the game if you don't know the rules.
Well, people don't even know the tax rule, but they plan. So I was just saying.
You can play the game, you just will never win.
Yeah, there you go.
Because we're in the game now.
Yeah.
They're playing, we playing chess.
Yeah.
Some of us are playing chess right along with them. But a lot of us are still playing checkers while they're playing chess. We're not even on the same board as they are.
But then sometimes if you want to get technical, the game that we're playing is a game that we automatically assume that they told us all the rules to. That doesn't
Right.
You have to do your own research. Some people playing chess, some people playing checkers, some people are just stuck in backgammon.
Right.
You try to get it's something totally different. You try to get your swing at life and you're missing.
Yep.
So with that being said, we'd like to thank everybody for coming again and joining us for we ended on a rough note, but it is what it is. Highway 54. My wife is over there marinating chili. Huh? Okay. But she's over there. She's done for the night. I guess just us. I'd like to thank Coach Anthony from About That Water. Please support him as much as you possibly can. And of course, Edwin, be safe in your travels, my brother. It's good talking to you, seeing you and everything like that. You know how we do.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you say it's all good. We cool now. We're gonna get a Christmas card and everything like that until we hook you up with somebody you don't like, and then it's gonna be a problem. There you go. Like now, no, they hook me up with that mud duck. I ain't sending nobody nothing. Mud duck.
Look, I know who got bail money. I know who got it.
You know, you ain't supposed to bail out grown people. You know, bail bonds.
Right.
So y'all take care until next week, Lord willing. We're gonna make it happen. Peace.
All right. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. Do us a favor and click on the like button or share our podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, we are Highway 54.